Hey everybody, and welcome back. Superman Crypto, another day on TitanX. The price is down, but TitanX is looking so good. So we're going to have a look at that. Hope you guys enjoy this session. Leave a comment in the description there after the video. It'd be pretty cool. Or comment section and get into it. It's going to be pretty good. So here we are with TitanX price. This is on the daily. You can see a bit of a roadmap here with the staking payouts. As well as the hyper launch as well. Obviously, talk about 4 or 5 other projects going to be dropping on top of TitanX, as well as many others rumored around, and lots of devs getting excited. It's going to be pretty impressive. In any case, we just came off the back of Jake Sharp on Crypto Kindness, so that was a pretty cool interview. Go check that out. And not a lot of news on hyper. Obviously, I'm expecting hyper later in February. So that's going to be fun after the big inflation period. So today we got a bit of a pullback. We had a big whale sell down yesterday. No surprises there. We're going to get that in the system, and we expect the price to go down today with the inflation that's coming out. It's going to be up and down all the time. Just remember that. But of course, when the price goes down, the buy and burn gets even more juicy. And of course, with ETH going up, it gets even better in terms of the total amount of buy and burn war chests. So looking really exciting there. At the moment, we're just about to come up to an 8-day. It's going to be fun to see. That's 2 days to go, just over 2 days to go for that payout. So that's day 64, so it's coming up as well. Let's get into some of the cool things here at the moment. At the moment, the miner, we're currently on day 61 with 4 hours to go. The miner at the moment on a max miner, 280 days for 100 power. That is currently just under 1.4 billion, which is 1,362,000,000 TitanX for that. And the price there is 0.209 ETH, I should say, $506 with the price of ETH going up. Your market value of the miner, 4,427 at the current prices. Obviously, the current price here at the moment is 3,252 is the price. And the ROI there, 775%. So that's an 8.8x return at the current price. So should that be the case in 280 days, that's what you would reasonably expect to get. Now, the big trigger here is the TitanX per day is going down about 25,000 a day per power, and that's a lot. 6,482,000. That's going to go down dramatically. Remember, by day 84, that's going to be down to 6 million. So that's a huge part of the mechanisms. Remember, the gas cost, the cost to issue a miner goes up slowly, but the amount of volume that you get on the other side goes down dramatically. And you combine those together, and man, it's going to hit hard later on. So just remember that. Now, getting in your miners early is really important, and of course, whatever strategy you decide to do, get into that. Now, if you want to get in to see what the best strategies are, get into our strategy club. The link is in the video description. Join the Discord today, $35 a month, really great value. Everyone's crushing it in our Discord on the strategy club, covering TitanX strategies, and man, we're laughing ourselves silly with awesomeness. So get in there on that, folks. Really cool. The other thing, of course, is some people are also doing staking and getting those shares. The share rate's slowly going to go against you. At the moment, the share rate is 814, and that's going to slowly rise every single day as well. So really good idea to get that, get some shares and then get some ETH payments as well to complement your mining strategy. 0.03% every day up until 2,800 cap. Just remember that. So it is slowly going against you. And of course, maybe hyper will rebound that share rate as people burn their stakes later on in the future in February, and that will rebound you on a share rate. In any case, we're expecting a high inflation period, of course, in the month of January, end of December, January. And of course, we can see that on the 30 days that we're expecting, to have these higher up and down days. So the price is probably going to reflect all these inflation days, as if it's low amount of inflation coming on day 63, maybe a lower price, day 64, a higher price, etc. And of course, in the mix there, you've got a lot of different staking payouts as well. So we had a couple of high inflation days, the 1st of January particular, and of course the 15th of January as well. And then of course, so we've got the big paydays, the 28th day on the day 84, but before that we've got the 18th there sitting at 2 trillion. And of course, we've also got day 89 there on the 24th there sitting at 2 trillion. I'm expecting quite a bit of that to stake, but still you're going to have always a bit of down pressure on the price during this January period. We've got most of the inflation coming out. So that's something really important. Looking further afield, of course, we've got less inflation in February, but February's already started to fill up. Slowly, this will roll forward, of course, but at a lower rate. Remember, Why is that the case? Well, because if you remember, the mining value is going down. So as people mine, every day they're getting 25,000 left per power, and that's a big deal. And so that's going to be every month is going to have lower levels of inflation as we move forward. So remember that. Now we've obviously opened up also into October the 3rd, so people can max mine out the back end there now as well. So October is now opened up for that sort of mining ladder. And of course, there's a lot of big rewards out in October. So it's going to be fun to see. All right, so that's some of the cool stuff there happening at the moment. The buy and burn, of course, the payouts actually. So let's get to that. If you're going to stake, the payouts are pretty juicy. We're already up to 1.5 million. Remember, last 8-day payout was about just over 1.3 million. So this is already up and away. But of course, it's benefited from the double payout. So this particular 8-day is going to be particularly high. And of course, 623 ETH there, looking good. The 28-day payout already has 1.5 million in it as well. And of course, remember that was just under 4 million from the last payout we just had. It's already at 1.5, and of course that's looking really good at 623 ETH. The 90-day, of course, coming up in January as well. Remember, this payout's going to be the 18th, and then of course I think so 24th here for the 9-day is currently at 4.9 million. That's going to keep going up before that time. So pretty amazing on that. The run rate. Let's have a look at the run rate on that. So let's say let's do some just basic numbers. So 4.9 divided by 0.68 there. We've got a run rate, about 7.2 million. So definitely 7 million looks like a good target for the 9-day payout. That's going to be a big carrot in addition to the 28-day payout in January. So that's going to be pretty popular. You can see them here on the charts. That's going to be a big deal. So even though we've got high inflation, and of course that's going to have a bit of downward pressure on the price, as we're seeing, the price will fluctuate depending on how much inflation is coming out. And of course we're going to get FOMO, just like we did at the last double day, into this 80 and 90 day, and don't forget there's 3 8 days around that as well. So that's going to be bullish for that. So I think this inflation period, while high, as we can see, well, the inflation period is high. You can see this on the 90-day chart. Well, the inflation is high, and we'll get through that. And of course, we'll have it's still a lot of inflation in theory, but it gets lower every month pretty much, even though it rolls forward with those short miners. The short miners are obviously having to push out a bit further as we move forward in time. All right, so that's some pretty exciting stuff happening there. Let's go to the buy and burn. The buy and burn, of course, up at a massive 23,129,000. That's up massively today. Why is that up massively? The ETH is actually down a little bit from what we had yesterday. Had been climbing, but down yesterday, maybe something like 80, 100 ETH, somewhere in that ballpark. But of course, the value is up massively, and it's part of the secret sauce of TitanX. So you got to remember that is that the ETH price is rallied big time, 8.4% up to 2,420. So as Ethereum rises, TitanX buy and burn going to get more powerful. That's part of the secret sauce, part of the genius around what Jake Sharp's done in terms of launching at the beginning of the bull market. So don't get, even if you see the ETH go down, don't be too worried, because the US dollars is going up and away. And of course, potentially Ethereum ETFs in May next year, as well as Bitcoin ETFs in January. It's going to be fun to see this play out. And of course, the Bitcoin halving in April next year. So kind of bullish on that front. So looking really good. If you add those two together, 23,000, well, we're sitting there almost $34,000 in buy and burn in V1 and V2. Gorgeous. And of course, up and away, as we say. Looking at the stats, currently we're at 811 billion, 8.55% liquid. You can see here we've got 3.3 trillion staked at the moment, which is going to go up during January, right? Why is that? Because of the inflation coming out. And of course, some of these big candles on the 8-day and 28-day here, we'll probably see a big propensity that gets staked as well. So remember to pick off your low days. If you see a low price, pick off some if you want to top up your shares, because there will be a couple of days where we get some major dilution there. Good way of maintaining your share rate. So that's pretty much happening there at the moment. What have we got there? 5.3 trillion bought and burned. So that's working like a gem. And as I say, the war chest is just building up in US dollars terms to buy and burn all the way to good Galerio. Wait till we get to, of course, February, and if we get hyper out, and then of course that's going to probably take a lot of shares off the market. Obviously, as people go into hyper, burn the TitanX for hyper, and of course a lot more buying and burning of a lot more buy factors for TitanX, and of course burning of hyper in the new hyper setup. So it's going to be pretty amazing to add all those fundamentals to TitanX as well. So looking really, really exciting there. And of course, it's going to be a good time for everybody. What else? We're going to jump over to some of these other charts here, of course. and that is have a look at Titan Watch. Titan Watch looking pretty good here. Great site here from Amin Shamoon. And of course, we've got the countdown and the day at the top right there. Got a little jingle if you want to hear the jingles of everyone mining. At the moment, of course, we've got 187 stakes so far during the day. We've got spent on staking. We've got 400,000 spent on staking, and staking rewards $520,000 so far, apparently, based on these numbers at the moment. Gone into those juicy staker rewards. We're up 265 users. I'm really watching this user number. And of course, you can see the chart down the bottom here, really looking at this growth number. And of course, imagine what we could be by the end of January, end of February, end of March, all as we go into the bull market, all the way to the Q1 25. It's going to be fun to see that play out. Liquid supply, 810 billion, as we said earlier. Miners at 3,870 today. Spent on mining 1.86 million. I love these numbers. And of course, we are in the holiday period around Christmas, so and New Year, so kind of cool. And a T-rank bonus, everyone's still loving that, although that does go down every day. Just remember that. So looking pretty good on the miner growth and the user numbers. Looking pretty good there, and I love watching this. A lot of people love watching this dashboard with the new miners coming in. You can see all the different time frames that they've chosen, all their strategies playing out, compounding and all that sort of stuff. So it's fun to watch that as well. And of course, seeing all the sweet yields in there at the moment, the current price looking pretty good. Now we've got a new dashboard, of course, from Mike Dean, and this is pretty groovy too. You can get this in our strategy club. It's all these links are saved in our strategy club. We have all the resources there, as well as discussions about strategy for TitanX, and we're crushing it, I must say. And just to let you guys know, we're crushing it in Strategy Club. Looking pretty good there. We've got, obviously, the current day ticking away there. And, of course, we've got an 8-day payout coming up. That's going to be really, really fun. We talked about another 8-day payout. And, of course, 19th of January there, 28-day payout, followed in by a 90-day payout there, 25th. So we've got all these payouts in a short space of time. So it's pretty good to stake. Although obviously we're expecting some high candles to come into that play as well. Obviously we've got the 15th, the 18th, and the 24th, particularly high candles with some other decent sized candles around them. So it's going to be fun to see up. Pretty cool. Great dashboard. Really, really cool. And you can see the base rate of mining is really going to go down a big deal there. So when does it get down to 6 million? We're currently just under 6.5 at the moment. Well, at the moment, we're at 6,459,000 on a miner per day. We're going to get down to 6 million pretty fast, and that is by the 18th of January. Wow, just before the 28 payout. That's amazing. We've got to get those miners set up as well, right, to get that strategy in play, because it's going down pretty fast against you, and the ETH is going up, of course, and cost. Well, when we get to 5 million, well, 5 million by the time we get to 10th of March. So really, that's going to be pretty incredible. So don't forget to get your mining set up going for gold there at the moment. Now, we've got lots of cool insights I'm not talking about on this video, so jump in the strategy club about that, and you can hear about all that, including some of the epic strategies to do at the moment. Looking pretty cool. And, of course, the exciting thing is ETH is starting to move. Altcoin season looks like it's coming. Bitcoin dominance is down below 50% at 49%. So ETH is a big part of what's going to make TitanX successful. Obviously, the buy and burn is probably the apex predator inside the TitanX, going to pump. And, of course, after hyper starts, it's going to have an even bigger role moving forward all the way through to, the bull market ends, I guess. And, of course, particularly through to October, which looks particularly bullish period for TitanX. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick update. TitanX to the moon, right? To the moon. Let's have a look at the hourly. This is the hourly chart at the moment. Of course, that's that whale wick that we saw. That was expected. We're expecting some whales to do something. No surprises here with the prices at the moment. Pick off the cheaper prices for the staking, topping that up. Always a good play. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.